Good enough questions, bad enough names, so I can't say it. Russ for Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. But why? Like, yeah, the circle's complete, right? I don't think so. Like, Blake Griffin's knees are shot. As much as I kind of bag Westbrook, he's more valuable than those guys. Griffin's contract is brutal, too. I don't think so. I think there's got to be a pick in there. Banjo. Terry Rozier, Cody Zeller, number 3 pick, 2022 first for Joel Embiid. I don't hate it. The problem is none of the players there give you enough punch, right? Like that number 3 pick and a future first is pretty valuable. I think it's close-ish. And that means you chose Ben Simmons over Embiid as well. I don't know. Can I get a better player in there? The problem is Charlotte doesn't have any players. So anybody they trade for, they're really going to have to unload picks. Clay's asking Oladipo for Gary Harris, Bol, and the number 22 pick. The problem is no one. Oladipo, since the injury, hasn't been the same guy. I wish we could have seen him play more because if this was pre-injury Oladipo, I'm jumping on this in a heartbeat. But that being said, the reason I'm hesitant is the limited action we saw from Bol in the seeding games before the playoffs. I like what I saw. And Gary Harris, not a great scorer for Denver. He's a core player in that starting 5, though. Really good defender. They like what he brings. That's a little too much for a uncertain Oladipo at this point. Uncle Jez using hashtag trade. I think Joel Embiid is the best trade asset this summer. You're not wrong. You're not wrong because, look, I like Embiid. When he's fully engaged, which probably needs to happen more, right? He's a top 10, top 12 player in the NBA. The problem is we don't see it enough. And a lot of the other trade names you hear, Chris Paul, old contract sucks. Kevin Love, contract sucks. Blake Griffin, knees are shot, right? Like, you're probably right. That's probably the best trade asset this summer, and I'll be fascinated to see what the Sixers do. Troy Daniels, Jazz's first and second rounders this year and a second next year for Damian Lillard. Portland's not trading Dame. That's number 1. In terms of value there, just 1 first-round pick. And I think they only have 1 this year. That's not going to do it. For a guy like Dame, a top 10 player in the league, you're starting with 2 first-round picks, and then you're adding to that. You're not quite there, Troy. Rainier, D. Rose, and salary filler to the Bucks for Bledsoe. Don't hate it. Bledsoe has really played poor in the 2 playoff runs with Milwaukee the past couple of years. I'd have to look at Detroit's roster as a salary filler. Don't hate that one, though. I think that could be an interesting idea. Elias, Russ for Ben Simmons in a second. The problem is even though Simmons can't shoot, he's like 10 years younger than Westbrook. Like, is just a second the difference that, like, and by the way, you're adding a pick to get Russ. I think if anything, it's Russ and a second for Simmons because Simmons is a decade younger than Westbrook. Westbrook's like 32 now, and he's not a winning piece. Simmons is unproven, but he's shown flashes of greatness, and he's an excellent defender. If he can improve offensively, he could be a top 10 player in this league. Waming Ali, THJ, DeLon Wright, Justin Jackson, 18th pick and 31st pick for Drew Holiday. Does the money add up? The money's, with THJ. Do the Pelicans say yes? I kind of tend to think no. I would love it. Holiday would be the ideal piece next to Luka and KP because he's a really good defender and he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be an effective scorer. That's what the Mavericks need. He's got both of those. Sign me up. I don't think the Pelicans say yes, but I don't think you're crazy far off. But keep in mind, Mavs fans, Justin Jackson, he gives you nothing in terms of trade asset value. He's just salary filler. Like, maybe, how about this? If you throw Curry instead of Jackson in there, which I don't know if you'd want to do, I think that might get it done. But Justin Jackson's not giving you enough. If you love the NBA, give us a like on this video. We're putting up videos. We only got 58 likes on our live video and over 1,500 of you guys watching. Math was my strong suit back in the day, which is like 25 years ago. That's what, Brett, like 5%? 5% of you guys have liked the video. That's a little too low. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at 60 right now. Let's get 40 more of you guys to like this video. Go ahead and help us out. Preto using hashtag trade. Buddy Hield for Al Horford, pick 34 and pick 36. So 2 high second-round picks, Horford for Buddy Hield. The problem with Sacramento is the reason they would trade Buddy Hield is to get out of cap, or like to clear money. You're bringing back a ton of money with Horford. In fact, you're bringing back more money, I believe. So I don't think so. I think the value in terms of like what you're getting for each other isn't way off, but the money's the problem there. Sacramento's trying to clear cap space. Stoic Malla, PB Malla, where will Blake Griffin go? I don't think he's going anywhere. Who's trading for Blake Griffin? I'm not. He can't stay healthy. He's older. His knees are shot, and he has not been able to get on the floor for about 2 years now, for the most part. I'm not trading for Griffin. They'll try to trade him. Detroit will, but everything I've been reading is that he's basically untradeable. Neriendu, we got a few more questions, so get hashtag trade if you want to sneak in, or super chat. We will get to your super chats before we send this thing to loop. James Harden to the Kings for Marvin Bagley III. Harry Giles, Buddy Hield, the 12th pick, and a future first. I don't hate it. I'd probably have to add another pick in there. The problem is I still don't think financially there's enough coming back to Houston, because remember, Harden's over $40 million a year. Hield is about 20. Bagley's on his rookie deal. Harry Giles doesn't make anything. You got to add another player in there to get closer salary cap-wise. Quick reminder, we got NBA jerseys available, some on sale as we film this, so take advantage at chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Up to 25% off. We got LeBron, we got Curry, Luka, all of the superstars, not just the ones we're showing you on screen, many, many more varieties and players. Chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. That link will be in the comments, and it'll be in the description. Peter, I was wondering when we'd get a Spurs one in here. DeMar DeRozan to L.A. Everybody's been wanting to put DeRozan with the Lakers forever because he grew up in just outside of L.A. Why? He's a mid-range jump shooter. I don't think he really fits. He's an ISO player. They already have LeBron and AD, two guys who need the ball a lot. You need shooters if you're the Lakers. If you want to get a third piece, get a guy who can catch and shoot. Like, think a Klay Thompson type. They're not going to get Klay Thompson, but a player like that. Bradley Beal would be great there, but the money's tough. Speaking of Beal, from Cody, what would it take for Milwaukee to trade for Bradley Beal? It would take quite a bit. You start with Eric honestly, you may have to do Middleton. And, like, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? Like, Beal's better than Middleton, but is he better enough to trade for him with Middleton? If you could do it without Middleton, let's say from a financial standpoint, you could do Eric Bledsoe, Brook Lopez, maybe you throw Wes Matthews in there and like 2 first-round picks for Beal, something like that. Maybe that gets it done. That's something you could explore with, but it would be tough to do without Chris Middleton. Last one here from Nut Cheerios. Unless you super chat, you got about 30 seconds to do so. Aaron Gordon and Markelle Fultz for the Warriors, #2 pick, and Kevon Looney. No. Fultz has played a little better, but he's been a bust. And Aaron Gordon is a better athlete than he is basketball player. That's not even close. Like, we got some good. I feel. Did you hit enter before you finish your question? I kind of feel like you did, because that's not even close to enough to get that trade done.